And girls, we're back. I know. It's been a minute, a couple of days. It's actually been a whole 4 days, I believe, because I said I was going to stream on Thursday and Friday, and I didn't. I was lazy for both of them, and then, of course, the weekends I don't stream. So it's Monday, and I've decided to sit down and stream the draft and try and figure out where we're going forward with Season 3. Season 3 is coming upon us. I will try and start it today, if possible. Probably going to be tomorrow, but we'll see where we're at when we're done the draft. Our team needs. We're gonna take a look at all of our positions, all of the contracts on our team that are. Where is it? The salaries. So we're going to look at all of our players and their salaries going forward. So, Cam Newton had signed a 4-year contract. He has 3 years remaining. We still have Will Greer for 2 more years. And he's on a very cheap contract. Cam Newton's on a $119 million total contract. He doesn't end his contract until 2023. So we might end up trading him if he declines enough by next year or whatever. Halfback. Jordan Scarlett is still under his rookie contract, and that doesn't expire until 2022. So we'll probably be extending his contract this year, possibly next year. Bryce Love, same thing, still has 2 years left. And Elijah Holyfield, we're going to need to extend his contract because he's only got this year left. And we're going to be extending his contract for the long term. 7-year contract, more than likely. Fullback. We just re-signed Alex Arma to a 4-year contract extension. And he won't be done until 2024. DJ Moore. He only has 1 year left on his contract. So his contract's going to be coming up this year. And that, I think, is going to be a very important signing for us. We also have Curtis Samuel and DK Metcalf. And we have a lot of young talent. We also have a lot of really good potential talent on the team. Curtis Samuel is signed until 2025. He signed a 7-year contract extension. He's good until 2026, I think, actually. Metcalf good for another 2 years. DJ Moore coming up on his last year. Trent Taylor has been re-signed. We have $9 million in cap space right now. Robert Foster, good until 2022. Riley Ridley, good until 2022. Trevante Godfrey, good until 2023. Godwin, till 2022. Johnson, till 2022. And DeAndrew White is good until 2022. And unfortunately, I don't foresee DeAndrew White staying our kick and punt returner. Even though we had some memories with DeAndrew White, I don't foresee him staying. Tight end Ian Thomas and Jeremy Sprinkle are my 2 tight ends. Ian Thomas's contract is coming up. Sprinkle is good until 2024, so he's got time left. Taylor Moton is on a 4-year contract extension already, so he's good until 2024. And then Greg Little, our backup, is going to be good for a pretty long time too. Left guard, we have James Daniels, and he's got 1 year left, so we're going to have to re-sign him coming up. Matt Paradis, same thing. He's going to be expiring soon, so we need to find a center in this draft to back him up, because I don't know if we're going to be able to extend him, and potentially we might have to trade him in order to start our backup if we find a rookie good enough. Right guard, same thing. Try Turner. He's coming up. Probably a 2-year contract extension for him. Darrell Williams, still good until 2022. Same thing with Dennis Daly. Both good until 2022. Left end, Vernon Butler has 4 years left on his contract. He's good until 2024, so we don't have to worry about him. Chase Winovich, still on his rookie contract. Good until 2022. Same with Kerry Jackson. Defensive tackle, Kawan Short, only has 1 year left. We've been extending him 1 year at a time. He's going to be good through this season, through the 2021 season, and we'll see where he lands when he's 33. Richard Vasher has 3 years left, and then Denario Red has 3 years left. We did trade our rookie that was a rookie last year. I forget what his name is. Luke Stamey. There it is. Brian Burns becoming the best linebacker ever to exist. He still has 2 years left on his. Brian Cox playing some pretty solid backup. He's a 66. He's got 4 years left. He's fine. Kuechly is in contract season now. We're going to have to re-sign him because he's 30 and still a 99 overall, so we'll probably extend him for another 2-3 years. Shaq Thompson is on a 4-year contract extension. He's good until 2024. And Jermaine Carter is also in contract year. We're going to re-sign him probably for another 2 to 3 years. Shaquem Griffin only has a year left, so this is going to be a really good year for him. Is going to be the goal to try and have him have a career year. And then Christian Miller, because Christian Miller is coming up right behind him playing just as well, where Christian Miller has 2 years left. And Shaquem only has 1. Looking at corners, Dante Jackson's going to have to get re-signed this year. Byron Murphy's good until next year. Bradbury, good for 3 years. 2 years for Greedy Williams on rookie contract. Same thing with Levi Wallace and Quinston Kitchens. Safety, Boston has only been on a 1-year contract. We extended him for a 2-year contract, and he's got 1 year left. Strong safety, Eric Berry. He's still here for another 2 years, so he's good until 2022. Our kicker, Graham Gano, is going to be in a contract year, but I think re-signing him shouldn't be too difficult. And our punter, same thing, both in contract years. I'm planning on holding on to both of them because age isn't really a factor for them. The salary cap hit for us in 2021 is the most by Kawan Short, Luke Kuechly, and Try Turner. So we'll have to try and figure that out. Trades could be potential. And if we find a team, like a really good trade for us, if I really wanted to do a manual trade, like if I really, really wanted to get rid of Cam Newton's salary, we would take 30 mil off the board by doing this. We trade him to another team. We trade him to the Cardinals. We trade him to the Colts. The Colts really need a quarterback. Unless they still have Andrew Luck. Whoops. Cam Newton's only 32. Could trade him to the Dolphins. The Dolphins are in desperate need of a quarterback. They have Josh Rosen. Cam Newton would really help them out. And I could go after one of their really good wide receivers. Except they're all really old. I go after Mike Gesicki at tight end. They have Kyle Rudolph. Tyler Conklin. Oh, that's Jack Conklin's brother. Go after... I don't have a good center. They don't really have anybody. Defensively, no. Christian Wilkins, who's okay. Devon Godchaux, who's okay. Jerome Baker's okay. Raekwon McMillan's okay. Yeah, they don't really have any. I mean, Xavier Howard would be it. Quincy, nah. Minkah Fitzpatrick would be who I'd really go for, honestly. Because he's 24 and he's just that good, and I could play him at both safeties. They signed Malcolm Jenkins while they still have Rashad Jones. That's unnecessary. If we did trade Cam Newton, it would be for Minkah Fitzpatrick and probably a couple of other players. But since I'm thinking about it, since Will Grier plays pretty well, but he's only a 70 overall. That's the problem, is that he's only a 70. He's only a 70. We'll think about it going forward. We'll see who gets drafted, and we'll see who we can trade for afterwards. So without further ado, let's hop into the NFL draft. And the NFL draft has begun with the Steelers taking pick. So our first pick doesn't come until the 30th pick. So we're going to wait and see who the number 1 draft pick is by the Steelers. Should come here pretty shortly. And it's in And it's going to be Jay Caldwell, the cornerback from North Dakota State. So real quick, I'm going to pause the draft because I can. And we're going to view our draft board. So going forward, position needs. If we find a quarterback who really can do some damage, like Eddie Allen, he has a good arm strength, but he's not going to be high overall. Like, if we get a quarterback in any of these classes that are worth enough, I mean, the best quarterback grade was to Zachary Jennings, and he's not until the mid-4th round. And, I mean, I'd go for him, but he's a scrambler. I need a strong arm. But at quarterback, I'm still good with Cam Newton. Running back, I'm still good with Jordan Scarlett. I don't need a running back. Sam Tatum is a first-round talent. They say he should go undrafted. I think we'll go for him and we can trade Alex Arma. And that would be a really good trade for us. So I think we're going to go after Sam Tatum. And then potentially, if we need to, we go after Joe Evans in the 5th. We don't need wide receivers, honestly. But Joshua Correa, he wasn't very fast, but he had a really good combine. He was the first in the shuttle, second in 3-cone, and second in vertical jump. And he's 6'2", and he's a deep threat. So he's a first-round talent as well. They're saying he's an early first-rounder. What about the fullback? Are they saying he's an early first-rounder? They're saying he's a late first-rounder. So, if Joshua Correa is not available, and actually I should be going after the scouted, then we'll go after the fullback. But Joshua Correa is our target right this moment, as I can see things. Tight ends. Also, we need a tight end. The highest combine grade tight end is this guy, Omari Silas. They're saying he's supposed to be an early first rounder. Samuel Wade is a early first round or a mid first rounder, and Javonte Day is also a mid first rounder. Do I have any other busts or gems? Will Gear, early first round left tackle. He had a tremendous combine at 6.7. First in 40-yard. Second in bench press with 38 reps. This guy's going to be a beast, and he's going to go way before me. Way before I get my hands on him. Trying to see who else. Centers, yeah, we don't really have anybody. Right tackle, we have Zach Wagner, who's going to be an early first rounder as well. I believe he had the 3rd bench press as well. Lynn Gee is probably who we're going to end up drafting. We have a couple of 6th round guys late. We have a bunch of 7th round picks. So, excuse me, we'll see. Left end, Zach Foley had pretty bad combine, but Gerard Cotton falls from late first round to early second round. So I would not be able to pick up Gerard Cotton if he even falls. But if he falls to us, he has a ridiculous combine. I think that we could work with what he's got. He'd be a good left end. Looking defensively, Shaq Young is my number 1 pick. He's who I really, really want. I really want this guy. Shaq Young is a projected 4th rounder with early first round talent. 3rd in the 40-yard at 4.72. 1st in vertical jump. 1st in 3-cone. And 1st in 20-yard shuttle. Strength and broad jump, not really up there, but this guy could be a potential beast. He could be, and he's out of Georgia, he could be the next, like, Khalil Mack style player. Defensive tackles, we have a lot in the first round. We have Mario Torres, who's a 7th round talent, who should have been undrafted. We have DeAndre Smith, who goes to the mid-first round instead of being an early second rounder. So, I mean, if he falls, we'll take him. Same thing with Brian Butler. I would love Brian Butler, but I don't foresee myself getting all of these guys unless I'm able to pick up more second-round picks. So I would have to trade up. So I'll see if I can trade up. I will see. Bart Bernard as well. Did he have an Oh, I thought it said 8.5. I was like, that's a ridiculous combine. I want him number 1. He's not bad at left outside linebacker as well. And Matt Billingsley is a late 5th rounder, scouted to be undrafted, so we'll go after him as well. Same thing with middle linebacker. Velvario Miller could be a potential because of his awareness that I'll go after. As well as all 3 of these guys, 5th and 6th round and 7th round talents. Right outside linebacker, Patrick Barrett. Very good undrafted 5th rounder that I'm looking to go after. Joseph Bridge, I don't foresee still being available. They're saying he's supposed to be a 2nd round talent. But should it be a late 1st rounder, we'll consider it. Frank Ransom, late 4th rounder, projected to be early 2nd rounder. And Wesley Norwood is a late 3rd rounder, projected to be a 5th rounder. Other than that, we have Elijah Marshall, who is a mid 5th rounder, projected to be a late 7th rounder. So we'll see if we'll definitely pick him up in the 5th round. I don't know what all he has. I mean, he's got decent man coverage. His awareness isn't all that great, and his press isn't all that great. So I mean, I don't know what the super crazy stuff is there. Armin Stuckey coming in with a very good 20-yard shuttle, very good 3-cone. I'm curious, what was the combine of that guy? Where was he? Elijah Marshall, what was the combine? He was 5th. He ran a 4.440. He had 10 reps, a 4.24 20-yard, a 7-second 3-cone, 9.5 inch, or just about 9.5 inch broad jump, and a 32.3 inch vertical. I mean, he's 6'1". I mean, he's not. We'll see. Strong safety, we've got Henry Matlock and Derek Logan. Out of the both of them, I mean, I would like to go for Henry Matlock because he's running a straight up 4.440. But I would also like to go for Derek Logan because he's got the pursuit, zone coverage, and hit power, as well as he has the bench press, 20-yard shuttle. So I think we'll be going after Derek Logan in the 2nd round, because I do need a new strong safety who's going to be replacing Eric Berry. And if we get somebody who's good enough, that means that with the good enough potential, that means that we can trade Eric Berry for players and positions that we need, and that frees up cap space. As well as if we don't trade him for players, we trade him for picks, and we get those draft picks and we take them. So, I think that covers everything that we need to do and all the players that we're looking for. So I think we have a lot of players that we can go for. I'm going to try and trade up if I can. But honestly, I just kind of want to see who's taken. If we start, sorry if I'm sniffling a little bit. So that's McNeil. So he was a middle linebacker. Nobody I was going after. So if we start seeing players that I'm going after, then we're gonna have to trade up. There's honestly really nobody that's really gotten me so much that I can't wait. Like Isaiah Clay, no interest. The guy that I was looking at going for number 1 is going to be that right end. It's going the one I want to go for are the D tackles. So that's Marcus Hughes, Brian Butler, DeAndre Smith, and then the defensive end, Shaq Young, who is just so good. He has such a good combine. So the defensive tackles are going to be who I'm really gunning for. And like I said, so I've got a guy who is 2nd round talent, and that's if he's taken. Same thing with the rest of these guys. I mean, if they're taken in the 1st round, if any of these D tackles are taken in the 1st round, then great. I just have to trade for a D tackle. Gabriel Jacobson at D tackle was taken. So there's a lot of guys that'll be available. So we're gonna go after Shaq Young, and we're gonna hope and pray that one of those D tackles falls into the 2nd round, and we can snag him up there. So Kendall Starks, right end out of Memphis, goes to the Broncos. The New York Giants are on the clock. And they take Tony Charles, a left end, South Carolina. And that's going to really help the New York Giants on the defensive side of the football, as they've really struggled as of recently with defense. So we'll see if that helps them step up. The Redskins are now on the clock. And the Redskins go with the tight end that the Panthers were targeting, Amari Silas, tight end out of Vanderbilt, 77 overall. That's really going to help, considering they had a not Vernon Butler, they had Vernon Davis for the longest time. This is really going to help him in the pass game, and really going to help Dwayne Haskins going forward in his career. The Bears take Corey Whitlock, right tackle out of Vanderbilt. Bears have really struggled with the offensive linemen in recent years drafting. The only number one bright spot they had was right guard Kyle Long, and other than that, they haven't really had any luck at offensive linemen. So hopefully Corey Whitlock helps solidify that right tackle spot. And the left tackle taken by the Los Angeles Rams is Will Geer, left tackle out of Georgia. He goes with the 10th pick, and that's really going to help with Andrew Whitworth retiring or going to another team. I didn't really see where he was at, but that's really going to help the Rams going forward. Ray Overton, cornerback, UCLA, goes to the Arizona Cardinals. They're still going to be looking for that Patrick Peterson replacement for when Patrick Peterson eventually retires, and finally retires, because he's been in the league for so long. He's just like Larry Fitzgerald, just very long tenured on one team. Titans on the clock with the 12th pick, and they take Samuel Wade, tight end out of Washington. Going forward, I think that the Titans taking Samuel Wade is really going to help them in the sense that they need a tight end with the other tight end that they had, retiring and or going to another team. Greg Keys, left outside linebacker from Michigan State, goes to the Saints. Saints really struggled defensively in the linebacker position. And this is really going to help solidify them. I'm thinking of why can't I think of his name? Anyway, the tight end for the Titans, it'll come upon me later. Amari Thompson, free safety, San Diego State, goes to the New England Patriots, hoping to replace Devin McCourty, who they lost to free agency this past offseason. So a lot of slow, bad picks, honestly, for a lot of the teams. Nothing I've really been surprised by. Randy Robertson, left end out of West Virginia, taken by the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully that helps their pass rush a little bit. 49ers on the clock. So, I mean, a few picks that haven't been too bad, but a few picks that probably could have been redone and a little bit more thought out. And in consecutive years, the Niners use their picks. I forget who they drafted last year, but their number one draft pick goes to Gerard Cotton, left end out of Georgia. This guy had a ridiculous combine. He was not available. He was somebody I was looking for. We'll see what his statistics look like, what his overall really entitles. Marcus Hughes, the first D-tackle of my board that I was looking at, defensive tackle out of Stanford, goes to the Eagles with the 17th pick. Texans on the clock. And we'll see where it lands. And honestly thinking about it, I could probably make this draft last most of it. So Javonte Day, both tight ends from Washington are taken. Javonte Day was the other one I was looking at. Looks like we might have to go look for a free agent tight end, if not late round tight ends. Unfortunately. Undrafted guys, more than likely. Bengals on the clock with the 19th pick. They go with Bart Bernard, left outside linebacker out of Texas. And the Lions are now on the clock. Bart Bernard really going to help them, looking like the next Vontaze Burfict for the Bengals. And with the 20th pick, the Detroit Lions select Jabari LeBlanc, defensive tackle out of Wyoming. This guy looks like he could have a very good year. Jabari LeBlanc looking for the Lions to help replace the loss of Snacks of Damon Harrison. Jamal Faulkner, defensive tackle out of San Diego State, goes to the Chargers. Going to help with their defensive tackle problem. And the experts are saying we need a left end to compensate for our story last season. Brian Butler was the other defensive tackle on my list, and he went to the Jacksonville Jaguars with the 22nd pick. We got this draft pick late in the year. So DeAndre Smith is the only player that I have left. So we're going to try and take him in the next round. Von Stackhouse, right end out of Washington State, goes to the Bucks. And a minute and 40 left on the clock for the Falcons, who go with Joseph Bridge, cornerback, Ole Miss. He falls to the Falcons, where the Falcons in need of a corner since Desmond Trufant's departing. I believe he re-signed, but went to the free agency, and I can't quite remember where he ended up. So Joseph Bridge goes to the Falcons. That's really going to help them out. And DeAndre Smith, the defensive tackle I was looking to get, falls to the Dallas Cowboys. Defensive tackle out of Wisconsin. He's really going to help them out on the defensive tackle spot, and we'll see where they land in the regular season afterwards. Buffalo Bills on the clock. They take Zach Wagner, the right tackle out of Boston College. Bills have also really struggled on the offensive line. They really need to help protect Josh Allen, so Josh Allen can use that cannon of his. He has 99 throw power for a reason. He hasn't really been able to extend that throw power and use it. So hopefully Zach Wagner helps them out. Joshua Correa was the wide receiver I was looking for, and he went to Green Bay. He's going to help Aaron Rodgers in the receiving game. And I think that he's really going to help them out going forward. So Joshua Correa is now on the Green Bay Packers. Browns on the clock. And they take Jay Kelly, 67 overall cornerback from Oregon State. They were looking for corners, as they haven't really had a whole lot in the defensive backs category, other than their number one corner that they have, whose name escapes me. Ray Kendricks, left outside linebacker, Columbia, goes to the New York Jets. And the Panthers are on the clock, and they are going to make their pick. And with the first pick for the Carolina Panthers, they take Shaq Young. It's going to be 3 Shaqs on our team. Shaq Young, defensive end, Georgia. Shaq Young is ranked 6th in true talent. We drafted him at 30th. He has 82 speed, 80 finesse moves, 88 acceleration, 79 tackling, 78 block shed, 82 strength, and 84 agility. He has 84 injury, 81 toughness, 75 pursuit, 74 hit power, and 72 stamina. He has hidden development. He's going to be starting this year. 22 years old, 6'1", 258 pounds, speed rusher out of Georgia. Because it wants to come up with this, because it won't leave the tutorials out of it and leave me alone. So, Steelers take Deion Duane, Zach Foley, Goes to the Raiders. Colts takes Deion Tubbs. Adrian Witherspoon goes to the Dolphins. Kerry Sands goes to the Broncos, or goes to the Vikings. Lance Majetti goes to the Broncos. Giants pick Alex Norton out of Ferris State. Philip Sampson goes to them. We're going to simulate to the next user pick, which we have the last pick of the round. So let's see who's available for us in the second round. So second round picks, we have Derek Logan, Frank Ransom as well, but I think that Derek Logan is going to be our pick. Derek Logan, strong safety out of Buffalo. He has normal talent. He was ranked 48th in true value, and we drafted him at 64th. I think that Derek Logan could have a very good year, or in a very good season with us. His zone coverage, 76 zone coverage, so I think he could replace Eric Berry. I think Eric Berry might get traded. Next user pick, we don't draft until the 23rd pick of this round, so which is right now. And time to look at my scouted. Third round, we still have Frank Ransom available. We also still have Kevin Whittington and Ryan Worthington at tight end, who's available in the third round. Wesley Norwood. He had B- zone coverage. Didn't have a very good combine, though. Frank Ransom also didn't have a very good combine. Ryan Worthington, decently speed. I don't really want Armin Stuckey. Any of the third round gems, I don't think. Hold on, I have to go pause the draft. So I can make my selection in peace. Okay. Scouted. No quarterbacks. No running backs. We have Sam Tatum. We could take in the third round if we don't find anybody. A lot of 7th round guys. Third round, Ryan Worthington. He was the third fastest tight end. He could help. We'll probably take him, honestly. Do I have any other players to look forward to drafting? Mario Torres, undrafted defensive tackle. Didn't have a very good combine. Heath Hughes, didn't have a very good combine. Still have all my middle linebackers that I want. No, I don't. I mean, some of them, though. Still have Patrick Barrett, projected 5th round talent. Still have Frank Ransom and Wesley Norwood. Frank Ransom is projected to be is supposed to be an early 2nd rounder. And I think I'm going to take him. So Frank Ransom, taken. He's ranked 36th in true talent. We drafted him at 87th. He's a 70 overall zone corner. 76 zone coverage, 88 speed, 88 agility. How tall is he? He is 5'9", 88 speed. It's okay. Then the next user pick. So we get 2 third-round picks. So we will actually take that fullback. Sam Tatum. Welcome to the team. He's a 72 overall fullback. He's ranked 26th in true talent. 88 lead block. 95 stamina. This guy is going to kill it. I like it. Let's skip ahead in the draft. The next user pick is the 26th. We have no 4th round pick. Our next pick isn't until the 5th round and the 26th pick. And we get the 32nd as well. So 5th round picks. Let's see who's still available. We have Elijah Marshall, who we'll take next. So we're going to go with right outside linebacker, Patrick Barrett. 62 overall. He's ranked 140th. Drafted him 154th. We'll take Elijah Marshall. I like that pick here at corner. He's a 62 overall, ranked 145th. So we have Elijah Marshall. He has 92 speed, 94 injury, 78 jumping, 85. He has really good agility, really good acceleration. We'll see how he does. He'll probably be our kick and punt returner. Next user pick is not until the 26th pick of the 6th round. Don't need a running back. Don't need a fullback. Don't really need a wide receiver. Cade Stout. Mid-6th rounder. He is ranked 173rd in true talent. We drafted him at 186th. He's 60 overall. I should have gone for that other guy. But oh well. And now we get a bunch of 7th round picks. And time to use them. Time to use them all up. I'm going to use up all these 7th round picks that we have. I know I have a defensive tackle. And that's Mario Torres. Mid-7th rounder. Early. So we're going to draft him. We're going to reach by 10 picks. He's a 59 overall. He has a lot of work to do. Next user pick. I'm going to try middle linebacker. J.R. Roosevelt had the best combine. None of them had like the... He had the #1 vertical jump. Ranked 177th. 60 overall. Our next pick is the 23rd, and then we have the 32nd. We have the Mr. Irrelevant pick as well. We didn't really get a D tackle, which sucks. I do still have Shaq Winslow and Eddie Beckwith. Shaq Winslow ran a 4.55. He ran a 4.57. We do have a right tackle. Matthew Snell had a good combine. 34th, 12th, 37th, 24th, 21st, 29th. 41st, Craig Brent. It's because he's 338 pounds. He's a complete pass protector. Matt Billingsley is supposed to be a 5th round pick. Antoine Roundtree should be, wow, mid-5th rounder. And our servers cannot process so the servers are down for franchise maintenance that they didn't tell me about. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's going to do it for this episode. I mean, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it because it won't let me jump into franchise because I guess it's down for maintenance. And it can't connect to the EA servers even though it is connected to the EA servers. Because, see, that stuff wouldn't be up. Alright, well, I guess we'll try again tomorrow. And I'll try and finish the draft. I apologize that it was cut short. I'll see what I can do. I'll have to do it in a parts sequence. But, yeah, they kind of screwed me in doing this, which is a little weird. So, they didn't say anything about there being franchise maintenance. But, oh well. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully we can finish the draft next time. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.